Okay, this will be my last video, and I think I'll be seeing quite a few of you for a proctored exam. Now, if I don't do the proctored exam for the class, but you're still watching this video, that's okay. Maybe I'm out of the country or I couldn't do a proctored exam that quarter. That's okay. What I'm going to do now is give you some final exam advice. Okay, so for the final exam, you've not had any midterm or anything, so you are wondering how this is going to be organized. Well, I'm going to post online at that in the last week there. I'll post an early exam, maybe 2 early exams. You've got to get a sense of what these other exams look like that I've given as final exams. And in fact, I'll give you a midterm too, because you've not taken a midterm, so you're going to be taking a test on the entire suite of things. So there's a lot to cover. Okay, and you'll see from my style there that I have multiple choice questions, and then I have short answer, which are like a couple sentences, and then an essay question. An essay question could be a problem, maybe a Mendel problem. It can also be something where I'm asking you to maybe explain the rise of bipedalism, kind of the physical changes that happen with bipedalism, sort of the change in the pelvis, the knees changing, the foot structure changing, and the foramen magnum moving underneath the skull. But also I could be maybe offering or asking you about bipedalism, the models for the rise of bipedalism. I could also like the Savannah model, hands-free model, what other models? The carrying model, energy efficient, heat dissipation, foraging and display models, all those things, the Owen Lovejoy model, all those models for the rise of bipedalism, that's very important. I could also ask you perhaps about a whole host of things, about Lucy, about some of the things on your chart for homework 5 that I'm sure you've completed or are starting to complete as you think about all those. But I'm not going to get very detailed in sort of asking you a specific time period of one of these. Of one of these fossils. I'm interested in the overall change as we see a change in the brain capacity through time, kind of ranging from the Coca-Cola can in the earliest species of Australopithecus, moving on up to 1600 cc's for a human. So I'm not going to ask you more than these sorts of questions in terms of the data. I'm going to ask you about Darwin. I'm going to ask you about the 3 propositions. I'm going to ask you about Mendel. I'm going to ask you kind of about big things because I've got to cover the whole class, right? And I want to make sure you get the major things the major aspects of this class that I'm focusing on. I'm also going to I have a study guide thing that I'll also post up there that you can get a hold of for that week. So you can get and I'll post that week 12 during week 11 because you've got to show up on a Monday afternoon of week 12 to take the exam. So I'll let you in seeing that this week, week 11. Okay, so I've got these 3 sections to the test. It's going to be a 100-point test, right? I've got these 3 sections. So how do I study? Well, I've got the lectures that I've written there, right, that you've read, and you've also got the book, and then you've also got all the assignments that you have. So what I'd like you to do is kind of think about the way I do it is I say, well, if he's lectured on it, if he's got it as an assignment and it's in the book, that's 3 things. That's what I call the trifecta. That has to be pretty important. So you want to focus in on that. That will be something that obviously I consider is important because I'm talking about it. So that's important. As you think about studying, think about what are the methods that you would study for. Like to me, I was not a big highlighter. I didn't highlight things. For me, what I like to do is I like to take notes on the book. And then I take notes on the book, compare it to the notes from the class, compare it to the questions I had to answer, and then from the homeworks, and then I would take that and I was able to study. Okay, so, luckily for you, this is 20% of your final grade. You've already got 80% of your final grade decided. So if you've done everything and you've done really well, you're coming into this exam with a B-, which is awesome. So I see great opportunities for you to do well in this class, and I want you to do well. I think from an online class, it's quite hard to grade an exam because there's so many opportunities for people to take advantage of the system. So that's why I have it just the one take-home exam that I'm going to be able to grade. The one, not take-home, the one proctored exam. or face-to-face exam that I'm giving you, because I think that ensures that we're all on the level playing field for this class. So I try to think of something else that I want to say. I mean, basically, thank you. I mean, I think that the interactions, and I know each quarter I'm hoping to have the same kind of interactions, and they've all been great. And I think I'm happy and have been happy with the way this course is going. I take suggestions in terms of improving it, so I'd be happy to hear those suggestions. I'm kind of um, thrilled that I'm able to reach students that otherwise I wouldn't be able to reach through this medium of online teaching. There's people from all around California, and then a lot of people out of state as well, and that's neat. So thanks everybody, and it was good to teach this class this way, and hopefully we can meet in the future. And if I do see you in a proctored exam coming up, it'll be interesting to meet all of you. Okay, so have a good rest of your educational experience and stay in touch. I write recommendations for people all the time. Didn't really have a chance to meet you maybe during office hours when I usually meet other students. But if you do want to come by and tell me who you are, I am a good resource for kind of advice about how to maybe navigate the world of anthropology, or if you're transferring, anything like that. I offer kind of different perspectives perhaps than maybe a counselor or somebody else. So please do not hesitate to come visit me, and take it easy. Goodbye.